Hello, my name is Olivia Drambarian. I'm a graduate from The Ohio State University with a bachelor's in history and a bachelor's in Romance studies. As a history major, I spent a majority of the time studying the fallout of political and economic changes, but not as much the concrete processes taken by political and economic institutions that precipitated such shifts. My interest has always been social history, how salient political philosophies spread, and the ways in which their iterations vary across dissonant periods and cultures. The specialization of my history major was actually history of the state, power, culture, and society. This interest inspired me to choose Shinrikyo as the subject of my undergraduate thesis. Is infamous for their brutal sarin gas attack in 1995. However, the tragedy wasn't the focus of my paper. Instead, what made me beholden to the subject and what ultimately drove me to write my thesis was the urge to interrogate the economic, social, and political factors that catalyzed the formation of such a group and the ascendancy of its reviled leader, Shoko Asahara. Additionally, what societal factors and conditions were belittling enough to convince thousands of citizens to abandon their modern, comfortable, and convenient lives in the economic prosperity paradise of 1980s Japan for a cult of asceticism. Additionally, in my second major, Romance Studies, I spent the latter half of my bachelor studying the effects of globalization in Latin American countries, social movements, cultural outputs, and governments. That said, I have a decent historical background in understanding the what and why of political and economic history, but less of the how, and for that reason I see the Institutions and Political Economy Master's Program as the ideal environment in which to entrench myself to deepen my understanding of the historical concepts that I find so engaging. Furthermore, the program would provide the training and exposure necessary to carry out empirical and applied research in my fields of interest. I have limited exposure to mathematical and statistical concepts, but I am more than willing to invest the time to acquire such skills, and I see their acquisition and refinement as one of the greatest benefits that can emerge from my enrollment in this program. Thank you for listening.